Welcome back to the channel everyone. Today we are going to talk about a very interesting and widely collected coin, the 1-cent coin of Toneningsang from the Denver Mint, also known as the Toneningsang penny. Even though it is just a single cent in face value, this small coin carries a lot of history, design details, and potential collector value that might surprise you. So let's dive deep into the world of the Toneningsang 1-cent coin first. Let's talk about its background. The 1-cent coin in the United States is one of the most recognized coins in the world. The design on the front or obverse has featured the portrait of Abraham Lincoln since 1909, when the coin was introduced to celebrate the 100th anniversary of his birth. The design was created by Victor David Brenner and has become one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. By 2003, this design had already been in circulation for nearly a century, and the familiar portrait of Lincoln was still proudly displayed on every cent produced that year. On the reverse side of the 2003 penny we see the classic Lincoln Memorial design. This reverse was introduced in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth and replaced the earlier wheat ears design. The memorial reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial Building in Washington, D.C., and if you look closely you can even see a tiny statue of Lincoln seated inside. This reverse was designed by Frank Gasparo and remained on the coin all the way until 2005, before the design changed in 2009 to celebrate the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth. Now let's focus specifically on the Toneningsang D cent. The D Mint mark stands for Denver, Colorado, where the Denver Mint has produced billions of coins over the years. In 2003, the Denver Mint struck hundreds of millions of these Lincoln Memorial cents, making them very common in circulation. However, collectors still seek them out in higher grades, because while circulated examples may only be worth their face value, uncirculated or mint state examples can have much higher value depending on their condition. The composition of the Toneningsang penny is mostly zinc with a thin copper coating. Since 1982, all United States cents have been produced with this copper-plated zinc composition. The coin weighs about 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. This modern composition makes it easy to identify a Toneningsang penny compared to older solid copper cents which were heavier. When it comes to value, most Toneningsang pennies found in everyday pocket change are worth only 1 cent. But condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. If your coin is uncirculated, shiny, and free from scratches, it could be worth anywhere from a few cents up to a couple of dollars depending on the grade. Coins that have been graded at the highest levels by professional grading services, such as MS-67 or higher, can bring in much more money from collectors who want pristine examples. In fact, some of these high-grade Toneningsang pennies have sold for impressive prices at auction, sometimes reaching into the hundreds of dollars. Error coins from Toneningsang are also highly collectible. Some examples include off-center strikes, double dies, and coins struck on defective planchets. These errors make a coin unique and can greatly increase its value. Collectors are always on the lookout for such unusual variations because they are much rarer than regular strikes. Now let's talk about the big worth of money in circulation. Even though each penny is worth only 1 cent, when we think about the hundreds of millions of Toneningsang pennies produced, the total value adds up to millions of dollars circulating in the economy. That shows the power of small change, because each individual coin might seem tiny and insignificant, but together they represent a massive amount of money moving through our daily lives. The Toneningsang penny also has a place in history because it represents the final years of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design. Just a few years later, in 2009, the reverse was changed for the bicentennial, and then in 2010 the new shield reverse was introduced. This makes the Toneningsang penny part of the closing chapter of the Lincoln Memorial series, which lasted exactly 50 years, from 1949 to 2005. So if you have a Toneningsang 1-cent coin, hold on to it and take a closer look. While most examples will just be worth face value, high-grade coins or special error varieties can bring in collectors and serious money. More importantly, this coin tells the story of American history, artistry, and everyday commerce all in one small copper-plated piece of metal. That wraps up today's video on the Toneningsang Lincoln cent. If you enjoyed learning about this coin, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the fascinating world of coins and collectibles. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.